Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Manaswini and this is Books and Whispers. These are the books that I got for my birthday this year, and this is very special for me particularly because I only buy books once a year for my birthday. I'll probably do a separate video talking about why I do that, but essentially it's because I didn't want to end up buying books, one, just to consume and buy books for the sake of it, and two, because I wanted my shelf to have books which I really want to have on my shelf. Also, for this video I'm not filming with my back camera because I want to look at myself and at my books, so I will not be looking at the camera. I'll be looking down, don't mind that. It's my birthday, I can do whatever I want, so it's fine. I'm taking the liberty for this video. Anyways, coming back to my books, I want my bookshelf to have books which, even if they're not 5 stars, I want them to be books I go back to again and again. So if it's like a self-help book, if it's a non-fiction, I would much rather buy those, or a fiction which I really like. So mostly like fictional books which I really like, I end up buying for my birthday, and those are usually the rereads that I buy for my birthday. Otherwise, I like to keep like books I haven't read for myself, and this year is very different from the years I've done before. By the way, this is something that I film every single year. This is my annual birthday unboxing haul, whatever you want to call it, because I have been doing this since I turned 13. So since my 13th birthday, I am turning 19 this year. I filmed this many times before this. I have videos that I just filmed for myself. So even if this is not going on YouTube, or like this booktube thing falls through, I would have still been filming this even if I hadn't started a booktube, because I was already doing those. I got all my books today, so I'm gonna do it. I'm so excited. My birthday is on the 19th of October, but for my birthday I'll be at university, and right now I'm in India, which is where I bought these because it's a lot cheaper, and I will need to unbox these before I take them with me because I don't know if I'll carry all of these with me. Anyways, so let's start. I'm so excited. I'm always so excited each year when I'm about to do this, because I never get to open packages ever because I don't really shop, but also it's books. The first 2 books that I got, I had to open them because I couldn't control myself and I had to check which books came. So I have already opened the first 2 books which I received. The first one is Ghalib, 1000 Desires by Razamia. This one, I almost got the Essential Ghalib. I just wanted to get something about ghazals and Urdu poetry in general. I wanted to read more of things I like or I'm interested in, I want to learn more about. So Urdu poetry, ghazals generally was something that I wanted to buy something on, and so I got this. This was a recommendation I saw on YouTube. If I can find that video, I will link it down below, because I was looking for exactly something like this, because not only does this have information about Ghalib or just his poetry, it also has information about a ghazal and what that means and what it's made of, etc. And it's also it's a nice bite-sized book. I didn't want to spend and invest in the Essential Ghalib until I knew the basics. So I got this. I am looking forward to reading it. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to open these. You have no idea, because there's books in here which I have been wanting to buy for ages. You don't understand. Okay, so the next book is this beautiful book by George Saunders. This is A Swim in a Pond in the Rain, in which 4 Russians give a masterclass on writing, reading and life. This is a book that I think this was a part of the IB literature reading list. I was in language and literature, so this was not actually part of my reading list, but I saw this in the literature reading list, I think, and at that point I was a dedicated student, so I read this book because I thought it might be interesting, and I loved it. I read this as an ebook on Libby, but I loved this book. You are somebody who's looking for a book on writing, if you're getting into writing, or if you just love George Saunders, because I've also read a bunch of his interviews that he takes. We were given reading his interviews for my creative writing class for university last year. So this is a great book if you want to pick up something about writing, or also in general, because this has authors like Tolstoy and Chekhov. So I'm so looking forward to reading this book. This will be the book I will be reading in like the first week of university, because it's the perfect blend of academic and whatever. I love this book. Okay, the next book. I think I have a total of like 10 books. Okay, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. And I'm always so excited to do this. And it's perfect because you're excited to open them, but then you also get to read them. And then that's like a whole experience in itself. What is this? Oh, it's right. Oh, wait. I guess I am opening these in order of what they came, because I know this is the next one that came. Oh my god. This is also a disclaimer. I should have given this at the beginning of the video, but I may not know everything about a book. Like if you're expecting like a professional, this is why I got it and this is what it's about, I don't know. Some books were just feels. Some books were just in my TBR, and I know that I've put them in there for a reason, and I chose to buy them based on their little blurb. So this is one of them. Like, it's not like this is a book that I know so much about that I've been excited to read for ages or something, but it's something that seemed very interesting to me, and so I picked up and I want to own it. And this is Vile Bodies. It's the Penguin Modern Classics edition. I prefer paperbacks to hardbacks, and I like Penguin's editions. Usually they're quite floppy. So, and I love this cover. It's beautiful. I love the first line of this, the description of this book. In the years following the First World War, a new generation emerges, wistful and vulnerable beneath the glitter. The bright young things of 20s Mayfair, with their paradoxical mix of innocence and sophistication, exercise their inventive minds and wild bodies in every kind of capricious escapade. I love it. I love it. I thought this was very interesting. I know it's a little bit of a risque book. It's called Wild Bodies, but I want to read more things which are outside of, I won't say outside of my comfort zone, but just something different, something that also teaches me something about different sort of theories. Now that I'm in university, I'm looking at things from a different lens. So for me, this is not just like about reading a classic, it's about like the themes. It's become a little bit deeper for me now. But I love, like, this says Britain's Great Gatsby. I mean, what else do you want? I love things which have like glitter and pomp and like people are dressing up, and like I love that. I love descriptions of that, like grandeur and stuff. So I'm excited to read this. I love the cover and I love the vibes. I'm taking a leap of faith with it. The next book. Also, Amazon's doing this thing, I guess in India, where it's giving you like little stories of their delivery associates, which is so cute. I keep showing my freaking address today. Why do I keep showing my address? Okay. I don't know what's in this. This is like... Oh my god, why am I like a child? Why? Because I am. Oh my god. Look at how beautiful that looks. That looks so pretty. I'm not sure if this is her interviewing people or if she's taking extracts from like essays or things they've already written. I think that it's interviews. Yeah. It's interviews with all of these people on different things. And why not, you know? I wanted to buy something that was a little bit lighter, because I was buying things which are a little bit like things that make you think. And I wanted to buy like a rom-com or something. Like I wanted to buy a nice book, but I didn't feel like spending money on any of them, which is the whole point of buying these books. So this is something I bought instead. So I wanted something like a little bit lovey-dovey, but I still wanted it to be worth it. So this is this. Conversations on Love, and I love that Dolly Alderton is in this, because I loved Good Material. That's the only one I read of hers. I know she also has what is the one that she has on love? Everything I Know About Love. Isn't that the book? or am I tripping? I haven't read that one, but I have read Good Material and I really liked it. So I'm really excited. And this, what I like about this is that it's an interview format and that every single person is talking about a different kind of love, which I think is also very interesting. So this is a good gifting one. So I'm gonna read this and see if I like it, but yeah. Can't wait. There's also a Lane de Bottom in this. We will see him again in this video. We will see him again. Yeah. Oh my god. I just noticed that these are all blue. Oh, okay. Coming to the next book. This is a big one, clearly. And you will see what this is. And you will know. So the context of this particular book, because you might be shocked or you might wonder what it is, or both, is that I really like Hindu mythology a lot. I have grown up in, like, I won't say like a super conservative household, but I've grown up in a religious household. So I have always heard stories. I've always been interested in like our Vedas or our mythology, our stories, our myths basically. And there are two main epics which we have, Mahabharata and Ramayana. You might have heard of these at some point. You might have heard of both of these at some point. Of course you would know them if you are Desi. But apart from those, we also have a lot of other stories and a lot of other scriptures written. And this is a part of that. So let me open this and I'll tell you more. So I wanted to read something that's mythological, but I didn't want to read a retelling. I wanted to read something that's the actual scriptures. I've always wanted, I always feel like, why can't I just read the scriptures themselves? Why can't I just read the original stories? I don't know Sanskrit, but there must be translations. But I don't have the guts to read all of that in Hindi. But this is something I actually bumped into, that I discovered at my dad's uncle's house, so at my aunt's house. They had, by this author or translator, they had 3 books. They had the Ramayana, they had the Mahabharata, and they had the Bhagavatam, as you can see. So like, this is by Kamala Subramaniam. She has a trilogy of the Bhagavatam, the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. I only bought the Bhagavatam because if you open it and see, oh my god, I'm so excited. Look at these, look at the contents of this. It's just stories. I mean, look at the contents. The first one is the coming of Narada, previous birth of Narada, the stories in between the stories. It has so much context, it has so much information, knowledge, so much that I would just not know. And my mom is really like well versed in these things. I want to be too, and I think this is the pathway to it. So I literally, when I saw these books, I told my mom, I am going to buy this for my birthday, and I actually bought it. I meant it and I bought it. So this is one of the books I bought, and this might really be coming with me to university. Like, even if I might not carry anything else and just carry this. We will see. Maybe. Because if I don't, then when am I going to read it? Oh my god, I love this. I love it. Okay. The next book. Let's see. This is the best thing ever. Like, I love doing this. This is my favorite time. I also usually, the tradition is that I make a drink. I don't have a drink today. I usually always have like a hot drink, but right now it's so hot here that I don't feel like getting a drink. But there's 2 books here. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I have the same reaction to everything, but I love it. I didn't expect that there were 2 books. I knew there were 2 books, but I still didn't. I don't know. I'm stupid. Okay. Oh my god, I'm so excited about both of these books. So this. Oh my god. Okay. So we have 2 books. This one is Mouths to Speak, Voices to Sing by Kenny Siu, Stories by Kenny Siu, and this is Ghachar Gochar, which I have been waiting to read for so long. I think everybody else except me has already read this book. If you have looked, even taken a glance at like the Indian booktube scene, you would know this book, and if you don't, then I don't know what you're doing. I can't wait to read this book. I have heard great things about this book. I don't even know what the story is, and I don't even want to know the story. I just want to go into it because I've heard brilliance and only brilliance about this book. All I know is that obviously it's going to be in an Indian setting, I'm expecting, and I know it's going to be amazing, and it's a short book, and I'm ready to devour this book like yesterday. I can't wait to read this book, and do let me know if you have read this book. Let me know if you liked it, if you liked any of these books, if you bought any of these books, if you disliked any of these. Let me know what you think, because I hope these are all good books because I've spent money on them. So can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm actually, right as I feel I'm done with this, I'm either going to start reading this or I'm going to start reading this. It's one of the two of those which I'm just going to get into. But yeah, that's such a tiny book, but everyone loves it, so I'm really excited. And this one is a reread. I read this book in Singapore in June from the library. I had borrowed this from the library, and I absolutely loved this book. If you are looking for a short story collection recommendation, this is your recommendation. This is so fresh, so like, it's abstract but it's still so nice, and like, I love this book. I loved it. The first one might be my favorite, House 1.0. It mixes the future and like futuristic sci-fi things with like wholesomeness and homeliness, and it mixes like any relevant topic that we're talking about, discussing right now. He has turned it into a short story, and in a brilliant, like, just, it's, I don't have words. It's not boring at all. I don't want to say like sophisticated, because it's not necessarily sophisticated. It's just beautiful and just simply done and just effortless, basically. And I loved every single one of these short stories. Like, most of these were hits, and they were all distinct, and I really liked them. And it was a choice between either buying this book or A Day in the Life by Anjum Hassan, or A Day in My Life, I think in the life by Anjum Hassan, because those were also great short stories. I don't know why, I'm just into like short story collections at the moment, so this is it. I can't wait to reread this, even though I've already read it. And I'm really glad I'm buying a short story collection, because I can always dip back into it again. Like, the readability, the rereading value of this book is very high. So that's what I try to look for also nowadays in the books that I buy. Earlier it just used to be like the books I really like, but now it's like, will I pick these up again? And this is the final package. This has a bunch of books. I got 10 books. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This has 3 books, and this has one of the books that I have been waiting to buy, to read, to hold in my hands, to see in a physical form through my eyes for so long. And if something is wrong with it, I will throw everything away. I will lose my mind if something is wrong with that book. It better not be. I'm so excited. This is my favorite part. Oh my god. This is like Christmas. Ooh. Oh my god, look at that cover. Look at that color. It looks as bright as it does when I see a picture of it on the internet. Oh my god. Okay, this is Deborah Levy's Things I Don't Want to Know. This is about writing. This is about writing as a woman, along the same lines of A Room of One's Own. I think it's like a mixture of A Room of One's Own and George Orwell's Why I Write. I know that this is based on, or is a reply to, George Orwell's Why I Write, I think. that's the best description I can give of this. And again, I don't know, some books I don't want to know a lot about them, I just want to jump into them, and this is one of them. I've heard again great things about this, and I just want to jump into it because I'm a woman. I like writing a little bit, I dabble, so even if I wasn't, I would still want to read this. So this is again something I'm so excited for. Actually, this might be the actual thing I read right after I finish filming this, because I love this. And then what else did I get? Oh my god, this is holding it upside down. The School of Life and Emotional Education by Linda Bottom. Full credits of this book going to Chalchitra Talks, going to Vaibhav from Chalchitra Talks. Vaibhav and Vani did a video together. I think it might have been a live stream, but I think it was a video together. It's the first time I heard him speak about this book, which is The School of Life. I wanted to read something that's non-fiction and kind of like a self-help, but not really a self-help, just a non-fiction talking about life, talking about things they've learned, stuff like that. I want something that I can fight with, I can engage with, I can like talk to and be like, this I agree with, this I don't, this I see. Like, I really want to, like, the next time you see this book, I want it to be like ruined. That's what I want with this book. And very similarly, very similarly, the finale for me. I thought this would be the finale, but no. This is about to be the finale. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is the unabridged journals of Sylvia Plath. I was expecting this to be like glossy. It's matte. I don't know, I was expecting it to be glossy, but it's matte. But anyways. Oh my god, I'm actually holding it in my hands. I would have liked it more if it was glossy, because I love glossy books, but I don't care. I have wanted to read this for so long, you have no idea. And again, this is a book I want to devour, and I want to, like, there'll be so many markings in this book, you have no idea. I can't wait to read this. I have read The Bell Jar when I was like 13, basically. Yeah, I think I was 13 when I read The Bell Jar, and I've been meaning to reread it ever since, but I never ended up rereading it. And then I wanted to read Ariel, but I wanted to read this before I read the poetry, because I wanted to have the context for Ariel. I wanted to have a context of her as a person, her life. Even though The Bell Jar is a little like semi-autobiographical, I wanted to read this, and I have seen so many people reading this over time. Nowadays, I don't know, but maybe it's just because I notice people reading this, and I can't wait. Like, on the internet, not in person, which is why I haven't ever seen this book in person, and I was so excited to just hold this, to see it, to be like, yes, it exists. And I love long books. Like, one thing about me is I love a good thick long book. I love it. 670 pages. You best believe I will be reading this. I can't wait. I actually can't wait. I actually cannot wait to read this. Oh my god. And these are the final books that I bought. My babies. These are my babies. I love them. This year I have actually ended up buying a couple of books apart from these books, because the idea is just to buy books once a year. I was working at a bookstore. They were a community owned bookstore and I wanted to support them, and I had a little bit of a discount, so I wanted to buy my books there. So I bought a couple of books there, and then I think I bought Michelle Obama's Becoming, because I read it in my university's library, and then I saw it for £1. For £1 hardback biography of Michelle Obama for £1, charity shop, and I bought it like that instant, because I loved Becoming. I don't care what the political agenda of this, that I liked the book, so I bought it. So I bought Becoming from the bookstore. I bought Good Material, I bought like White Knights, the tiny White Knights Penguin classics book, black and white one, and I can't remember what I bought, but I bought one more thing. This might seem like a lot, but there are some people who buy like 30 books each time they buy books, and they buy those books like 3 times a year, and people have like thousands of books in there. I am never going to have thousands of books in my, or like 1,000 books, maybe like 1,000, yeah, never. I don't know if I'll reach the number of 1,000 because I won't buy that many books. I don't have that many years. For 1,000 I would have to buy 10 books for 100 years. So when I would turn 100, if I bought 10 books, or like maybe let's say I bought more than 10 each year, like this year I bought technically like 14 books, maybe when I'm like 92 I'll have 1,000 books, I don't know. So like that'll be like when I'm very old. Just who knows all that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. These are all my babies, and if you like any of these books, or if you don't like any of these books, do let me know in the comment section below, and do subscribe if you have just discovered me. I'm just starting my booktube journey, and I know nothing is really that professional at the moment, but I figured that if I waited till becoming professional I would never start. So this is me as I am, raw, unfiltered, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.